Welcome back, Stalkers. My name is LastKnownMeal, and today we're going to talk about Stalker 2, which released the trailer yesterday on the Xbox game event, as well as some new info which was dropped by the developers. So first things first, GSC Game World dropped a trailer yesterday showing us the first look into the Chernobyl exclusion zone. This was the first time that we saw the game running on Unreal Engine, because previous Stalker games were using an X-ray engine which caused a lot of problems for devs, so it kinda was natural for them to switch or create a new one, so in the end they decided to go for the epic Unreal Engine. This trailer is actually in-game. They are aiming for this level of quality, which I think is important if you want to capture that environment. Previous games did it really well, of course, but I believe by utilizing all of the new tech and foliage quality, they can create something even better, and it does look nice already. In the beginning we have the Ferris wheel in Pripyat, then we have some sort of an underground bunker, then another image of Pripyat, I believe, with an anomaly. I am not sure which one this is. They probably changed the look of them besides Electro Anomaly that we see when the protagonist throws the bolt. You actually throw a bolt in this game to check for anomalies, so you can collect them and also invade them. Because if you stay for long, anomaly can kill you or increase radiation or burn you, whatever, but it's still a lot of fun to go and hunt for anomalies you can later sell or put in your armor to give you various stats. I am actually interested to see what is going on with this area where you have these mutants in a sense. This reminds me of some sort of a gulag or maybe a lab of some sort, but I'm not sure if we had this location before in the games. The other anomaly, which we've seen already when they released the image, did find its way into the trailer. This might be a space anomaly, but I am not sure. Besides that, in the end, it was almost like we saw Rookie Village that we all know from the game. And all of a sudden, when you look at every single scene from this game, one thing definitely stands out, and that is the quality of vegetation and foliage around the player, and also the use of fog and weather elements, which I think is extremely important to capture how the exclusion zone does look. And this can definitely benefit the players and the game to bring you Stalker into next generation. Previous games do it well, there is no denying that, but there is still that lack of quality which we can capture today to really make things stand out. And I'm glad that Stalker chose, I believe, the best time to release another game. Like GSC chose the best time because they can benefit from their contacts they have now in Microsoft, because the game is also coming out for Xbox as well as PC, so they can use that extra money to create something really nice, and also with the support of them, I believe this can succeed. So what is Stalker 2? It's a unique blend of FPS, immersive sim, and horror with a really thick atmosphere. One of the biggest open worlds to date is yours to explore, along with an epic branching story with multiple endings. This is nice actually. I'm glad that they're taking a bit more non-linear approach in terms of story. Keep in mind, in previous games you could still explore the zone and do various missions and side activities, but when it comes to the main activity and somewhat the main quest, it was kinda linear in some areas, but I'm glad they're actually taking it a bit further away in Stalker 2 and making it non-linear and kind of have a branching storyline. Also, Stalker 2 is not an Xbox console exclusive. I want to get that out of the way. It was a little bit confusing yesterday when they actually showed it, and before that they wrote that this is an exclusive. Keep in mind, this generation Microsoft does not have exclusives for Xbox. The only exclusives are basically it's coming out for Xbox Series X and PC. It's not coming out for PlayStation 5. They mean that by exclusivity. I mean, Windows is still Microsoft, Xbox is Microsoft, so there is not going to be any of that exclusivity deals, or, you know, they're not going to make you wait for the PC. It's coming out for PC and Xbox day one for everyone. And to be honest, I never expected in my wildest dreams to see Stalker 2 yesterday. Like, that was one game that I thought I was not going to see on this presentation, because I never thought that they would actually go with Microsoft. Before that, people thought that this is going to be an Epic exclusive. No, they took a different route. I'm actually glad that they have Microsoft behind their back now, because this can definitely be good for them, because they have all of these new contacts and I guess a bigger budget to do what they want. The game is going to have one of the biggest seamless open worlds to date, which sounds very promising, and it tells me that they're aiming for something great here. I mean, they kind of have to. Like, when Stalker stopped coming out, Metro kind of took over that, you know, that area, but I'm glad that Stalker is going to bring it back. And I also like how our choices will determine the consequences and global outcomes, especially for the end of the story. Now, remember when I said at the beginning of this video that this was in-game? Well, this is what they said about it. The trailer demonstrates the level of graphics and atmosphere we are aiming to achieve on release. But honestly, I can't wait for proper gameplay. I want to see how much gunplay has improved, along with other small tidbits like inventory management, anomaly scanner, whatever. Stalker 2 is also a standalone project that can be enjoyed on its own, so it would seem they won't continue the story of the old ones, but they advise you to kinda play the previous games to get the hang of the idea of what Stalker is. They also promise new locations, but also old locations that we will remember from their previous works. Now, they've said I've seen an anomaly in the trailer, what about it? This is a new anomaly and you will learn more about it in the game. Now, I am not sure at which anomaly they were referring to. Maybe you can tell me down below, because I know about the Electro one, I know about the Space one, but what were they referring to here? They are also adding a lot of stuff into the game they're excited about, which is interesting. Of course, the main protagonist is a Stalker, a hero of the zone. Now, are they referring to S.T.A.L.K.E.R here or someone else? Because I read somewhere that S.T.A.L.K.E.R will be the main protagonist, and for all of you that don't know, he was the main protagonist of the first game, kind of the main antagonist of the second one, and he was a character in the third one that you couldn't play with, but you do actually meet him in the third game. So the story always kind of revolved around him, so they might actually continue with this one, who knows. Also, regarding release date, because a lot of people have been asking if this is actually a launch title for Xbox Series X. So far we don't know if it's going to be a launch title and what is going to be a release date, because devs said that they are not ready to share that. It could happen, but it's still early to talk about it. What can happen is that this game might come out in 2021 if it does not come out on launch with Xbox Series X. Just keep that in mind. And good news for all the fans, devs promise to support the modding community and mods day one, which is really nice. The success of Stalker games and the longevity of the popularity can definitely be contributed to a lot of amazing community members that create all of these mods that enhance the titles a lot. And for the end, they said that the game is using motion capture for both bodies and faces, as well as photogrammetry to achieve the levels of realism. To be honest everyone, this is kinda what I expected. Last game came out 11 years ago, and for them to really now be big and relevant on the market, they had to pull out something which looks insane. And in my eyes, at least in the environment sense, they are on the right track, because, well, environment is all we've seen so far. But that's it. I will make videos on this, and if you want, I can also talk about the history of this franchise, because there is a lot of new people here. Someone even said yesterday that this was a copy of Metro, which no. But anyway, tell me down below what do you think about this, and subscribe to be the first to find out when they release something new. And also join our growing community on Twitter and Discord. I also made a Patreon page. If you wanted an extra way to support the channel, check it out, and huge thanks to my current Patreon supporters. This is LKM signing out, and stay classy everyone. Bye bye.